Hey guys, this is Shane with American Clarification. We are a news blog/vlog that seeks to express to the rest of the world that not all Americans are politically ignorant. Today we have a couple things to talk about, first of which being Philadelphia, because I will be there with my boyfriend in Philadelphia live streaming to our website, which is americanclarification.org. Where you can also read our awesome articles and watch all our videos. Um, but we will be there to show the rest of the world exactly what's going on, the peaceful protest, just in case the mainstream media decides to spin it in a violent fashion somehow, which I'm sure they will. And another thing I wanted to bring up about Philly is please go there with a peaceful mind, because if you show up and you want to incite violence, it's not going to be accepted. Pardon me. Not acceptable, because the establishment already knows how to handle violence. Have you ever seen the videos about the 1968 Democratic Convention? You'll be beaten with a billy club and then shoved in the back of a police car or whatever you call that giant ambulance looking thing that they stick people in. Um, they know how to handle violence. They don't know how to handle peace, and they don't know how to handle humor. So that's what we got to show up with. Moving on. Let's talk about this week has been crazy with outbreaks about Hillary Clinton's email scandal. First of all, I'm sorry I have to talk about this. It's actually kind of ridiculous. I don't want to talk about it, but it's looking more and more like she's going to absolutely be indicted. Now we're just wondering whether she's going to get indicted before the convention, which I doubt, or afterward. Personally, I think that Obama is quote unquote slow walking the convention based on a letter that 17 top intelligence officials wrote to Obama. I read through it, and they say that Obama is slow walking the investigation, which I'm not surprised. Of course, he wants to, you know, pat Hillary Clinton's back because he ran against her back in 2008 and she conceded to him. So now it's her turn. Not your turn, lady. Nope. Occur. Um, the whole thing with Hillary Clinton's email is that now apparently she's going to be indicted, and the only thing I'm concerned about is that once she gets indicted, the Democratic Party is going to attempt to install Joe Biden in her place as the establishment candidate instead of accepting Bernie Sanders. Which, if that happens, that will not be good, people. That would be very, very bad. It would make the Democratic Party look like crap. It really would. It would make us look like crap because guess what? I'm a Bernie supporter and I'm Bernie or bust, and I'm not going to support Joe Biden because he's an angry person. He's so angry all the time. Look at his face. He always has like that kind of look. Why would you support that? And not only that, there's personal testimony available on the internet about how angry he is in public appearances and press conferences. Go research it. The next thing I wanted to talk about was fake progressives, because apparently, from what I've heard and read on the Bernie pages, because I don't watch mainstream media, apparently Barbara Boxer is now going on mainstream media talking about how Hillary is such a progressive and how she's a progressive, and Jerry Brown's a progressive. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? These are fake progressives. Nobody trusts them. They're the establishment trying to wear a disguise of progressive. And you can tell they are because each and every single one of them has taken money from fossil fuel companies and made deals politically with fossil fuel companies and other corporations. That's ridiculous that they would ever even consider themselves progressives. Um, you think it's progressive to have incremental change that will be too late for the rest of the world and environmental climate change? You really think that's progressive? I don't. I don't believe that's progressive. I think that's incrementalism, and I kind of find that to be right of center. I don't think that's progressive. I think progressivism is a movement where we are very much in favor of the people and the health and welfare of the people, and we don't tolerate these different right policies of, oh, we have to continue war. We have to, be incremental about climate change. It's ridiculous, guys, and we shouldn't put up with it. And if you're a Hillary supporter, I urge you to go and do your research. I know that probably 7 out of 10 of you probably won't, but I urge you to. I'm not trying to hate on Hillary, I'm trying to spread some facts about what these politicians actually stand for. And if you're a Hillary supporter, the only people I can imagine being Hillary supporters are those who are probably a little bit wealthier than the rest of us. Because let me tell you, I graduated from an esteemed university, a new Ivy, and I can't find a job to pay me fucking $15 an hour. And that's just the fact of the truth. And that's what all these people in my generation are going through. All the ones that don't necessarily want to go on to a PhD or an MD degree. We're all screwed because now a college education is worse than a high school education. Back then, when you graduated with a high school education, you were doing pretty good for yourself. Well, now you graduate with a bachelor's degree and you can't do jack shit. So, this is why we're revolting. Because something has to give. And what has to give is that the billionaires and millionaires need to pay their fair share of taxes, believe it or not. The income inequality in this country is ridiculous. It's absurd. And if you support it because it's working out pretty well for you, fuck you. Because guess what? More than you matter. Don't be selfish. Don't be an asshole. Everyone else in this country matters. So if it's a matter of you who makes over $250,000 a year, which is the only bracket of people who will be affected by Bernie's tax increases, and you don't think that you need to pay more in taxes if you make over $250,000 a year, you got another thing coming. Because guess what? The revolution is here and it's at your doorstep. And you're going to have to start paying your fair share. And I don't care if you have to sell every stock you fucking have, you're going to pay it. Because we're hurting down here in the 99%. We're hurting down here, and even people that make $250,000 a year alone, that's not the 1%. That's probably the 10%. But the people who are the 1% in reality, you're going to be paying more. You don't get to earn billions of dollars a year and fuck over the rest of the American people. We're coming for you, and if we don't get you this election, we'll get you the next one. Because guess what? No one's going to vote for your corporate candidate. Because Hillary Clinton is your last resort because she's a woman. You're playing on the fact that she's a woman, and you are playing on the fact that, oh, it would be progressive to have a female president. Not Hillary Clinton. That wouldn't be progressive. That would be regressive. And who do you have after that? There's no one else. No other celebrity president. And honestly, Bernie or bust right here. I'll vote for Jill Stein because I believe she would be a better female president than Hillary Clinton. And I don't give a shit if it destroys your little plan to have a female president who also happens to do the bidding of the corporate interest. Ugh. Disgusting, you guys. If you want to vote for a real female president who actually stands up for the American people, vote for Jill Stein if Bernie doesn't get the nomination. And quite honestly, I hope that if Bernie doesn't get the nomination, he jumps on Jill's ticket, because that'll bring her a whole hell of a lot more population in the Green Party. And she's already offered up her president ticket, her presumptive president ticket, to Bernie. And I think a Bernie Jill Stein presidency, like a Bernie president and a Jill Stein VP, would be amazing. But I'm still pushing for our man to get on the Democratic ticket. Even though it's not my preferred choice, I would prefer a third party. But we have to do something, people. We have to, if Bernie gets eliminated from the Democratic ticket, we have to flock over to the Green Party and just show them that this is how much of their Democratic base they're losing. This is how many people won't put up with it. That'll send a message to them that we're not going to take it anymore. And I highly suggest that we do that. I guess on June 19th, there's an event called Go Green on June 19 to send that message of Bernie or bust, so that the Democratic leadership sees that millions of people are leaving the Democratic Party if they don't nominate Bernie. I like that idea. I think that's a fantastic strategy, and I suggest we do it. I'll be participating in that, because I'm not really a Democrat anyway. I'm only registered Democrat so I could vote for Bernie. I'm actually a Green. Fathom that. Anyway, guys, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Take care of yourselves. Share, like, and subscribe this channel. And peace out. I'll talk to you next time, probably tomorrow.